Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. NC4XL, North Carolina for Extreme Lovers. It's been a bit since I've actually done what I would call a self-help type video. So before we get going, this is just what I did in the past year that I want to share with each and everybody. And basically it's called goal setting. And that means taking realistically what's in front of you and see if it's something you want to do, and then try to figure out a way or ways to achieve it. Very simple. This is a selfish video. It's going to tell you what I did. It doesn't say you do what I did. This is for you to expand your own thought process and to give you some ideas. It all is reference to Parks on the Air. It's not how to become a millionaire or a mechanic. So that's where I'm going with this video. How I set up for the year 2022 to accomplish the goal that I did. And yes, I'm boasting now because I made it, but I want to share some things that'll help you understand. I set the goal to be in the top activators level, okay? I set it for the top 25. Now, I didn't think I'd get in the top 25, but that's where I set it when I started. I set it late in the year, almost 6 months left to do it, and then I decided, well, let's go for it. So this is January. And if you're crazy enough to do something like this, start planning it, writing it down on paper, putting some simple things, realistic things together. We'll talk about the realistic. First, let me brag a little bit. I did make the top 25. I did make the top 10. I actually made number 7 in total Qs and number 3 in total sideband out of 6,700 and some. But the whole start of it was I seen something that looked a long distance away and I wanted to try it. So I put it down in paper and I put it in my head and I started out little and I went for top 25, and in the end we ended where we did. But I didn't end there at all by myself. I ended there from all my subscribers that are here, plus all the fine activators and hunters that took the time to chase bands and to work me. Okay? I was out there is all I did. The rest is up to those that worked me. But now let's talk about realistic things. Every activator is a little different on how they perform. Okay, and if my cat should come across, that's my little buddy. He's checking things out. The bands that you choose to use, that you operate off of, that you have. Some people only have a 20 meter and 40 meter ham stick. Okay. Some people only have an end fed that covers 20 and 40 meters or 80 meters. Some people don't have hardly anything, but they're out there. So whatever you have available to use, keep that in your thought process. Now, we'll bring up K0KLB, Kevin. awesome QRPer, and I've run into so many more QRP operators. There's another goal, there's another level, whether it's worked all states QRP, worked all of a state QRP, worked one activator in every state QRP. And the goal setting process can go on for all sorts of things. It don't have to be for what I did or what James Mon did or what Miss Toby did or what Brian did. Those are all individuals that had different goals to achieve. And I apologize if I left out the other 684,000 POTA family members. I can't remember them all. Okay, but goal setting. You, on the other side of this video, have to determine what you want to do. Don't do what I did. Don't do what James Mon did. Don't do what Toby did. Don't do what Joe did. Do what you want. If you like FT8 and that's what you want to do, then do that. But set it on paper so that you go back and know what you set your goal at. Don't just shoot off the hip and hope you hit something. No, focus on it. And then shoot for your goal. Realistic numbers. I looked at realistically in 2021, I did 97 activations. The last month of activating, you've seen me out there extensively because I could see the light at the end of that tunnel, but I had to change my method of going to get that light closer to me because I'm watching other people on that. And I'll just share some of the people that I followed. W5LST, Alpha Bravo 2 Sierra Golf, KB3 Whiskey Alpha Victor, VE3 THR. Those are some of the people that I stayed on watching them. I never told them, and I don't know if they watched me, nor does it make a difference. They were my focus. I focused there because if I could keep up to them, then I stood a chance. So I put a person in front of me to chase. I won't chase James Mon. I don't have it in me to be that aggressive, and I'm not trying to pat him on the back, but he does one heck of a job. And he's very professional. He's got his methodical method of doing his business. And everybody has their own way. So, your goal, write it on paper. Write when you want to accomplish it. Write down what you think it's going to take. If you're going to have to buy a couple more antennas or have a backup antenna, you know my story on backup antennas. 2 is 1, 1 is none. You're going to break one, and I broke one this weekend. I broke the 17 meter. I had a 17 meter ham stick in the car, but I also ran out of time because I do have a job. I'm retired, but I have a home job that I have to maintain. So sometimes it gets in my way. I would rather be parks on the air all day long. But I don't have that luxury. So I have to maintain trying to do what I do. Work a park, do the log the next day most of the time. Choose your goal. Then share it with somebody. Okay? share it, not necessarily with everyone, but that close family member, that close POTA family member, share it with them so that you'll have somebody that will assist you in giving you a little nudge when you decide to get lazy. And yes, I get lazy. Yes, I need prodding. Yes, I need pushing. Mike was on me left and right because he knew what I was doing. Steve was on me left and right because he knew what I was doing. I don't know if they thought I could do it. Heck, I didn't think I could do it. But all I did was go out there and present myself in the parks. Secret, twofers, threefers, document where you're at so that there's never a question of where you're at. You should not have to prove it to anybody, but that's not the point. Have it in case somebody decides to come and question you. Remember, when you're running twofers and threefers and you're on a goal, you don't care how many times you activate it. Activate until your eyes pop out, but keep activating it. I have probably 11 parks around me that I could actually get to. Most of them are an hour away, but I choose the twofers and threefers because the numbers grow. Then work multiple bands. Don't stick on 20 or don't stick on 40 because you're cutting yourself out of 17, 15, 10. And I've been doing some activities on 12. Each one of those contacts could stop you from reaching your goal, that whatever your goal is, accomplish. So expand your abilities to work multiple bands. Now, I have a medical condition that does not allow me to spend 8 or 10 hours or do rows or things like that. That's not your fault. That's what I got to deal with. That's why I don't deal with them there. I'm not a hit and get. I'm not out for activations. I'm out for contacts. Some folks want to do 1,000 activations in the year. Awesome. Great. Do what you have to do. If you know you need 12 or 15 contacts per activation and you want to get X number of activations in your area or travel to other states, write it down. Look at what you're trying to achieve and the area you have to work to get it. So you do a rove every week the same. Who cares? It's your goal. It's your opportunity. If your goal is to run your state, run it. If it's to run it 50 times, run it. Whatever your goal is. Again, the whole thing I'm trying to say is you choose it. Don't let somebody else choose your goal. If you don't make your goal, it's okay. You made a lot of other people happy, a lot of operator to operator contacts, a lot of possible last states that you gave out, maybe some last parks for the state you gave out. So your results from your goal are benefiting more than just you. You're benefiting all of us. When I work U-Mobile, I can't work generally from the house the way most people do. I have to hide type thing. So when I work U-Mobile, I get excited. That's another one for me, another potential park. Remember, as an activator, your hunters have different scenarios in their homes that you're not aware of. Medical, family, antennas, radio. There's things that you have no idea about the hunters that are chasing you as an activator. Hunters, this sounds ugly, but appreciate your activators. They don't have a bathroom real quick. They don't have a refrigerator to grab food out of. For if they have smoking materials, they don't have smoking materials right there that they can deal with, or ashtrays, or soda machines, or amplifiers, or beams that rotate, multiple radios, multiple modes. They don't have all that. Most of us, we go out with 1 or 2 batteries. Most of us got 1 or 2 or 3 antennas or types of antennas for just in case. Some people go out with laptops. Some people are like me that go out with paper and pencil. That activator is fighting the elements of cold weather, wet weather, snowy road conditions, icy conditions, and I can go on with all the negative things that would stop most people, but your activators are crazy people. We do crazy things. We do things that normal, quote, whatever normal is, don't do. So thank you for your time. It's your goal. Whatever you choose, not what I choose. It's your goal. Then determine how you're going to get there. Focus on it. You don't have to blast it around the air and share it with everybody, or you can. It's up to you. Just like an activation, it's up to the activator to handle his or her pileups and log the way they wish to and use the antennas they want and go where they want. You too set your goals in the same priority. NC4XL, North Carolina for extreme lovers. No, I'm just a darling old man. I appreciate each and every one of you out there. And if this video helps one person reach their goal next year, next week, next month, then I've done what God wants me to do. May God bless.